So, see, we generally talk about something called aspect and tense. हाँ, सबको पता होगा. What is tense and what is aspect? जब हम लोग बोलते हैं कि I went to the market, ठीक है? मानिए मैं ये लिख रहा हूँ. I went to the market. टेंस कौन सी है?
Past.
Past. Okay. That this is a past tense. You know, the sentence is in past tense. How do you know this? Verb. Okay. So this is past of which verb? What is the form of its present?
Got you.
Go. Okay. Go, went, gone. That means, okay. Now there is another thing called aspect. What is an aspect? This also all of us are acquainted with. An aspect is when I say I am or I was going to the market, right? Then this is of course present tense. Continuous, right? So how this sense of continuity is generated? By what? Like here you said that since it is, you know, I went to the market. Okay, simple past. Okay. Now how do you know that this is simple and this is continuous? How do we know this?
By the act of the
About
Verbs, once again, true. What exactly in the verb tells you that this is continuous tense?
ing.
ing. Okay, great. So here we have a morpheme, ing. That designates the what you call continuous, right? In linguistic aspect system, we generally talk about two broad aspects. What are they? You should know. Aspects. Aspect does what? You know, broadly, when I say I went to the market or I am going to the market or I will go to the market, broadly, what I am trying to do is to tell you that going to the market, the event of going to the market happened when? In the past, in the present, or in the future? Yeah. Now there is a more refined way of stating it. When exactly in the present? Okay. So is it still going on? You're still, you know, going to the market. Is the process still going on?
no.
No. Okay. When I say I go to the market, it doesn't. But when I say I am going to the market,
Yes.
yeah, yes. So the process of going is still on. I have not yet reached the market, right? And when I say I go to the market, then does it mean that at this point of time, you know, I'm going to the market? When I say I go to the market, it means that usually I go to the market. You know, I need my own you know, stuff. I might need spices. I might need to do a few photocopies. I might need to do stuff. So for that, I go to the market. But that doesn't mean that at present I am in the process of going to the market. Okay. But both are present tense. So within the present tense, there is further classification. Right? So this resembles, say, furniture is the whole category, under which chair is one piece. Right? But then there are different kinds of chairs. Likewise, tense is the broad time, you know, broad temporal category. Under the tense, there are finer distinctions. These finer distinctions are called aspects. So what are these finer distinctions? Come back to the question.
Cognition of the time.
Yes, very right. There are certain kinds of names. So the aspect at times, say for this instance, as you rightly pointed out, this ing. ing marks the continuation of the process.
Habitual
So,
continuous.
yeah. A little louder. So when it is the continuation of the process, you would see the signboards, you know, in Delhi when you are out in the street, work in progress. What does that mean? Work in progress.
In progressive mode.
Exactly. So work in progress means the work is continuing, right? So hence this is called progressive aspect. Okay. And when I say that I went to the market, I have gone to the market, all these actually hint at an event that might have taken place in the past, in the present, or whenever, but the event is over. When by the time my sentence actually is making sense to you, the event is over. So these are called perfective, right? So progressive and not really. There is perfective, the event that has taken place, and there is imperfective. Okay? So the events that are going on or that usually take place. Perfective means end of an event is being reported. Like I have gone to the market. I have I have invited you for lunch. Okay? So the invitation is over. Although you have not yet come. The invitation for lunch still holds. But the act of inviting you is over. Crystal clear? So, this I have invited you over lunch, this have invited actually is not past. Okay? It's not bygone because the invitation still holds. But the act of my inviting is over. Okay? So, although embedded in a present tense, this is a perfective. Right? Because the act is over. But when I say I go to the market or I am going to the market, all these three are in present tense. But I go to the market would mean usually I go to the market. Okay? And I am going to the market is actually hinting at a present event. I am going to the market. Okay? So, the imperfective, imperfective is what? When the event
Action is going on.
Action is going on, either the action is going on or the action usually takes place. Okay, not perfective, not that the act has ended. That is imperfective. As you can understand, perfective, imperfective. What is not perfective is imperfective. Very simple. Now this imperfective has two kinds. What are the two kinds?
Habitual and continuous.
Habitual and, as I said, work in progress, progressive.
Progressive and continuous.
Okay. So habitual is I go to the market. I used to meet Miraj every morning. Exactly. तो हिंदी में भी ये होता है ना, तो समय तो मैं जाता हूँ, मैं खेलता हूँ, तो क्या है ये? कौन सा? मैं जाता हूँ, मैं खेलता हूँ.
Universal truth comes under the progressive. For example, sun rises in the east.
Progressive है. Sun rises in the east. इसका एक टेस्ट मैं तुम्हें बता रहा हूँ. Sun rises in the east. अगर आप शाम को किसी दोस्त के साथ बात करते हुए ये स्टेटमेंट बयान करते हैं कि सन राइजेस इन द ईस्ट, तो ये स्टेटमेंट आपका उस वक्त गलत होगा कि सही होगा? एग्जैक्टली प्रिसाइसली सो, ये सही होगा. लेकिन उसी शाम आप किसी दूसरे से मिलते हैं और उनसे आप कहते हैं द सन इज राइजिंग इन द ईस्ट, गलत होगा कि सही होगा? गलत हो जाएगा. क्यों गलत होगा?
Because it's so continuous, rising in the east.
Exactly. तो ये फर्क है प्रोग्रेसिव और हैबिचुअल में. The sun rises in the east, ये क्योंकि हैबिचुअल है, आप शाम को वो स्टेटमेंट रख रहे हैं कि आप सुबह रख रहे हैं. Whenever you are using that statement, it holds true. But the sun is rising in the east. You have to be very cautious about the time when you are making that statement. Right? So, एक तो हो गया perfective, दूसरा है imperfective. Now, imperfective has two faces. One is the habitual, the sun rises in the east, that sort of, I go to the school, okay? And the other is progressive. Fantastic. Now, the interesting thing is, as at the very beginning of this, entire discussion amongst ourselves, we found that progressive is marked by ing in English, right? So how do we know that a sentence is progressive? See, there's a very easy way of marking it. She is peeling potatoes. Not that it has to be a she. I don't want to bring in gender discrimination here. So, she or he is peeling potatoes. Right? Now, how do we know this is progressive? By this ing. Interestingly, whenever we talk about tense, you all must have observed that whenever we talk about tense and aspect, we take sentences like this, right? So these kind of sentences have an advantage. Okay, these sentences are complete in themselves, right? So by that I mean that this is a finite verb. Do you know what is a finite verb? Finite, infinite, exactly. So the sentence is complete. I have a finite verb here which bears this ing. Interestingly, whenever this progression is talked about, whenever a sentence is actually about progression of an act, of an event, whatever. Okay. In English, you will find ing occurring everywhere across the board. For instance, I have here he is peeling potatoes or she is peeling potatoes. Now you see, while still talking to me, I add this with the previous clause. Okay, so he is peeling potatoes while still talking to me. See, there is a process which is going on, okay, and I am actually describing that I am actually trying to hint at two parallel processes, right, that she is engaging herself with parallelly. So peeling potatoes, one event, the other event is talking to me. Okay, she is peeling potatoes while still talking to me. That would simply mean that now she's busy peeling potatoes, but she has not stopped talking to me. She's doing both. Okay, so both the processes are in progression.
Yes.
You see, both the verbs carry ing. The progression systematically in English is marked by this ing, be it the finite verb, be it otherwise. This is in Chomsky linguistics, this is called a CP. Okay, but we will not get into those details. This is an embedded clause. You all know that this is an embedded clause. Now, let us try to look at it from a different perspective. Let us think about our own languages. Okay? Now, if I ask any of you to translate this into Hindi, how will you do it? What will be the Hindi translation of the sentence?
वो आलू छील रही है बात करने के दौरान, मुझसे बात करने के दौरान।
वो आलू छील रही है और बात भी कर रही है।
वो आलू छील रही है बात करते करते।
Fantastic. So we have three options. वो आलू छील रही है मुझसे बात करने के दौरान. I don't know. Do you feel very comfortable with the sentence? तुम ऐसे बात करते हो क्या?
नहीं.
मैं आलू छिल रहा हूँ, मैं स्कूल जा रहा हूँ, माँ के साथ बात करते दौरान. Don't you find it a bit clumsy? Huh? Now you say वो आलू छिल रही है और मुझसे बात भी कर रही है, which is better. But see, here I said that there is one embedded clause, right? And there is a matrix clause. And in Chomsky and core linguistics, this is called IP and CP, etc. It's a different story. Those who have done, a bit of X bar theory, they would be more comfortable with that. Anyway, लेकिन इसमें जो what you proposed there, she is peeling potatoes and is talking to me. It's a translation of that, right?
Yes.
वो मुझसे बात कर रही है और आलू छिल रही है. Huh? So there is a and, a hidden and or के रूप में जो सामने आ रहा है. Now there is another proposal from Miraj, which is वो मुझसे बात करते करते आलू छिल रही है. Right? So you have मुझसे बात करते करते आलू छिल रही है. करते करते आलू छिल रही है. Now you see, let us now focus on this. All of you read Hindi, right? Let us now focus on this करते करते. Okay. You see, in English, what did we find just now, just a while ago? Whenever there is a sense of progression being stated by a linguistic piece, we are getting ing, feeling, talking. But here, the situation is very different. In Hindi, progression is expressed by what? Say, I am going to school. मैं स्कूल जा रहा. Right. जा is the root verb. उसके बाद रहा.
Continuous.
Exactly. Progression. ठीक है? वो फटा हुआ कुर्ता सील रही है. Okay? रही है ना? So that is the canonical mainstream Hindi progression. Okay? It is marked by a particular marker. Now, when it comes to the finite verb, then we can readily identify rahi, raha, rahe, hain. Okay, in honorific sense. So, there it so happens that this raha has a role to play in marking progression. Now, let us look at such situations where we do not have a finite verb in a sentence. Okay, there is an embedded clause. करते करते वो जाते जाते बोल गई. हाँ, चलते चलते वो is very famous because of various Bollywood input. Okay, so this is a case of, we have studied this thing in phonology and morphology. This is a case of when we use two words, when we repeat a particular word.
Reduplication.
Fantastic. So reduplication is a way of showing progression in many an Indian language. Okay? For instance, Bengali. Let us speak of Bengali. Okay. In Bengali, if I want to translate this, does any of you speak Bangla?
No.
Okay. If I translate this, she is peeling potatoes while still talking to me, the translation would be, O alu, O she or he, alu is potato, ছাড়াতে ছাড়াতে, peeling, আমার সঙ্গে কথা বলছে. বলছে, the che is a progressive marker. Okay, and here ছাড়াতে ছাড়াতে, non-finite, reduplication. Okay, so the point is that when we look at aspect, grammatical aspect, okay, let us look at it from a functional point of view. Because you do not always have the same identical grammatical markers, to show that there is a progression taking place. Okay, so what we have